Hey guys, Languagehacker here, and I'm bringing you a spicy, competitive deck today. It's Jambre Druid. Now, what is Jambre Druid, you might ask? Jambre Druid is 6 minions and a bunch of spells that do stuff. Let's go through and dive in, because some of you might not be aware of what this deck actually is. We run all the ramp cards. Well, we run Innervates, Lightning Blooms for immediate ramp. We have Overgrowth to get empty mana crystals to ramp ahead of our opponent. We run a few beasts here, 2 Twilight Runners for card draw, 2 Umbral Owls to help with the board. And we run 2 Living Seeds, a card that does not pop up too often in most decks, but this lets us draw the beasts and also discount them. We run a bit of removal, a couple Lunar Eclipses, some Bog Beams. Umbral Owls are technically removal as well. We run some flexible cards for flexibility, Nature Studies, Resizing Pouch. And then the rest is gas. We have Omu for some big mana cheat. We have Cenarian Ward to get some life sustain and to actually get big minions on the board as well. Might as well use all the mana we're ramping towards. We have Malygos to draw spells because the deck is mostly spells. It's very good at dumping a bunch of spells, Malygos, and then get a bunch of refill. We have Solar Eclipse to be used in tandem with Cenarian Ward. So for 10 mana, you get 2 8-drops and 16 health, which is very, very big tempo game. And Solar Arbor Up, which can be used as a finisher to have a Savage Roar-like effect, or to just build a board. Solar Arbor is just a solid board to throw down, and it comes down after the Overgrowth turn, which can be spicy as well. We have 1 Iron Bark. We're not always above 7 mana, so having too many spells that cost 0 for at least 7 mana crystals might not be quite good enough. Sometimes you are playing without the Overgrowth, but the 1 Iron Bark seems really, really good just to jam after you Malygos. Generally, Malygos you can play, obviously, when you have 9 mana, but you can even bloom it out earlier. Either Blue Mally or Coin Mally, but that does not always have an immediate impact on the board. So having cards like Iron Bark and Bog Beam can help have that immediate impact while still doing the Malygos effect. We have Talon in here as well. Malygos is a very, very high win rate in this deck after it's played, so increasing the chances that we draw the Malygos can be helpful, and it is one of the only guaranteed taunts in the deck. We do have Iron Bark, of course, as a taunt, and there are some 8 mana minions that do have taunt as well. Yeah, that's generally what the deck looks like. It's a little weird to play at first. The cards you're going to be looking for in your mulligan are Nature Studies, Living Seed, and Overgrowth. If you're against aggressive decks that you know will try to fight for the board and try to smart you down, you can keep stuff like Lunar Eclipse. You can consider keeping Pouch. Now, Pouch you can use in a variety of different ways. You can use it when you have 1 mana available, which lets you discover 0 mana cards. Now, if we look at 0 mana cards, this is actually useful to look at for you guys, a little bit of a visualization. There's Innervate, Bloom, Pounce, Desk-Imp, Murloc, Tiny Fin. So you're guaranteed to get at least 1 0 mana Druid spell, and you're likely to get an Innervator or Bloom. So keeping Pouch against aggressive decks where you want to spend more mana early and get that swing turn faster, you can Pouch on 1 to get you something like an Innervator or a Bloom. I don't normally keep it by itself. It's generally okay to keep if you have something else with it. For example, if I have on the play a Pouch and an Overgrowth, I can Pouch on 1, hope to high roll a Bloom, Bloom an Overgrowth, and I get that mana ramp out right off the bat. And then I hope to get some juice with my deck. But yeah, in general, keep Studies, Living Seed, Overgrowth. That's kind of your starter package, stuff that gets you going. The Living Seed early, even though it only discounts the beast by 1, getting a Twilight Runner out pretty early can help you get the cards you need and more consistently get stuff like Overgrowth, the removal, and everything else. This deck is quite good against any deck that really fights for board, really. Rush Warrior can be popular right now, Death Rattle Demon Hunter. It's very good against those 2 decks in particular. You can have some trouble against Rogue when they start chaining together Cult Neophytes. You have some trouble against Token Druid because this deck struggles to deal with wide boards. And you struggle against Priest because it's Priest. But otherwise, the deck still feels really, really good to play. And it's a lot of fun. You get to do a lot of stuff in maybe not quite as much stuff as, Miracle Rogue or Miracle Priest, but you do have some turns where cool stuff happens. There's some very wacky 8-drops you can get, something like Deviate Dreadfang, where you can also use the other nature spells in your deck to start cranking out 4/2s. You can get Tyrians, you can get a bunch of stuff. Another couple things to note, Resizing Pouch, when you have 10 mana, you pay 1 mana to use this, you have 9 mana left. There's some very strong 9 mana minions that you can be looking for. Ysera for more value, Alex is a finisher, N'Zoth if you've had stuff die, you have Beast in the deck naturally, and a Dragon, maybe some extra types from Snare and Ward. And against OTK in particular, you can use Resizing Pouch when you have 7 mana left, i.e. from 10 mana you can go Hero Power Pouch, or Solar Pouch as well to get stuff like Mutinous or Celestial Alignment, which is very good against Death Rattle Demon, against OTK Demon Hunter in particular. Other than that, have some fun. Fiddle around with the Resizing Pouch. You don't have to save it for specifically 9 drops, 7 drops, or 0 mana cards. You can also use it just when you have mana and you need something to do. That's why it's there, to add some flexibility. Test the deck out. It's pretty fun. One other interaction you should know about is on 8 mana, you can go Omu, Solar Eclipse, refresh back to 8, and then Snare and Ward. And that's kind of spicy. Don't be afraid to use mana very aggressively, blooming out solar stuff just for tempo. For example, Bloom, Solar, Arbor Up can probably end the game against a lot of decks early. Or building up to a turn 6, Bloom, Solar, Snare, and Ward can also kind of lock out the game. So try a couple things. Be cognizant of the fact that Bloom does overload you. We do still have the overload mechanic here, but it does let you make some crazy swing turns. Plan out Umbral Owl math as well. You can have 0 mana Umbral Owl in hand, play it, rush it with something like an Overgrowth to also do a clear. The deck it's pretty cool. Check it out. You should also check out Jambre, whose socials I'll be posting below, because Jambre is the genius behind this deck. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and let me know how you do with this deck. This deck's pretty fun. Here are some cool games for you to check out as well if you want to see how it's played. So now I deviate. I go Studies, Pass, Overgrowth, then Living Seed. Or I might not even Living Seed. I might just Twilight Runner for mana efficiency. There's 2 reasons why Mage is a bad matchup. One is that your runners just get devolved. So you have to be careful about that. And 2 is that they lunacy you sometimes. And this deck can outvalue and can outlast, but lunacy ends up being a little too much. I can't deal with that. It's unfortunate. Bloom, Lunar. I'm inclined to take Lunar with this board state. Just hit Wild Growth out the Studies. I actually I don't think I want Wild Growth. It ramps me up a little bit faster, but I don't think it's relevant since I already have the Overgrowth. The Overgrowth's good enough. Double Living Seed. Okay. Pop in the head, then go for a Lunar Eclipse Overgrowth. Yeah, I'm going to kill that one instead. That one seems scarier. Okay, both Living Seeds online. And coin out a Twilight Runner, which is something I might be doing here. That's not that bad. That's a lot of tempo. Lunar makes that. Okay, that's a spicy draw. So we always do this, and then we see what we get. We hit the runner. Very smart. So we can do this, get the owl as well. The owl is going to be free. We're going to coin out the Twilight Runner. Now, interestingly, we're not going to hit the 3-2. We're going to hit the 1-3. But Languagehacker, the 3-2 is bigger. Yes, but spell damage is scary. And this way, if they want to devolve, they have to trade this off. If I hit the 3-2, they can ping it, then devolve. This way, they have to give up their board to devolve. I lied. They don't have to. Top deck devolving. Excellent, excellent. Surely they can't have a second devolving, right? They don't run 2, right? That's fine. I'm probably getting Flame Strike next turn, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. Excellent order on these plays, by the way. I could go for a any PPs in the chat. Not quite PPs. I could interestingly Scenarius and buff my 5/4. I think I will do that. Scenario and Ward's nice, but I'm not going to be playing it with Solar Eclipse. I'd be playing it now, which makes it a little less good. This play makes me think that they have Flame Strike, and it protects against Mask of the Wild, fucking Mask of Cthulhu. I value the draw on this. Do I value the Bog Beam? Not quite. Sorry, I value the Bog Beam more than using it on a 1-2. Alright, no flow. So they're drawing through the deck, but they have to pay full cost for their spells. It was an insta-pick. Solarian, likely. Thalnos, acceptable as well. Fireball. Brain Freeze number 2. Okay, okay. So normally you want Pouch for value, but I'm not doing anything right now, so I needed to find a playable turn. 7s aren't that great. I think 8 was much better. Forge Ring, that's fine. This goes face. Solar Arbor is very interesting, actually. Let's do that. We're also going to Bog Beam a 1-2. Because Flame Strike is very appealing. And for them to Flame Strike... Actually, no, the Bog Beam was bad. It's fine. We're here now. If they do Flame Strike, the Twilight Runner sticks. So I'm still not that upset. As expected. So still sad that this happened, but we get the Twilight Runner left over, so it's not the end of the world. That's actually a very good draw. Is it a good draw? It might be a good draw. Bum, 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 bum. We'll ship the second Arbor up. We know they don't have a second Evolving right now unless they top deck it, and they don't run 2 Flame Strikes. So this just sets up enough pressure. Jambre is testing out the PP. PP could be interesting. You could run maybe a 1 of. I don't know if you run 2. 2 might be a bit much. The benefit of running PP is that it's an elemental, so now you can pouch into N'Zoth and it's better more often. I don't think I want to keep these. Okay. 2 keep. This lets me get a bit of board early, but I don't think it's that relevant. Let's try solar. Dun, dun, dun. Well, that's upsetting. Coin 2 implies that they have another 2 drop. So next turn I can go Lunar Bog Beam. If I go Lunar this turn, I can Bog Beam next turn, but I missed a Hero Power. Yeah, let's coin a 2 drop and then Hero Power. That sounds smart. Oh yeah. Answer me. Kill me. Oh no. Evade the Twilight Runner. See where that takes us. I'm gonna get you back. It mixes it with mine. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum bottom bum. Why won't you answer me? I'm actually gonna use a pouch here. Bloom or pounce. I'm blooming Mally next turn, so let's just maximize the output here for tempo. Well, glad to see the Ironbark. We drew no Snare Wards. It's only a little concerning. Answer me, yeah. Do I want to studies this turn? I have 7 mana next turn. I have a pretty good idea of what I want off of this. Bloom's the only acceptable outcome or choice. So next turn we go Solar Arbor, and we still have 2 Solars left and 2 Snaring Wards in the deck. We also have 3 Beasts, so the Living Seeds still work. Studies and Pouchy Mutinous. That's an option. I don't know if I want to do that next turn, but I could. It's exactly Mutinous. There's 18 7-drop, so it's not super likely. I don't think it's worth taking the risk. I think I'm winning just on board. I don't think I need to, yeah, like Solar Arbor ends the game. I don't think I need to get spicy here. I could look for it anyways. Nah, I don't think I need to, though. Forest fights back. Easy. Nice. Spicy game.